certainly deserve it. I think so. Grew up in Norwood. I don't know if you guys know where that is. It's on the borderline of hard times by the stadium. Very interesting childhood. Very interesting. They say there are no bad children, and I call bullshit, because I was one. The bad kids hung out with me because we were all rotten. And somehow I made it here. So I'm going to talk about my childhood, because it was kind of interesting. I love my mother. She's a wonderful lady. I come from a mixed family. I was kind of the Fez growing up. Nobody knows what I am. I have an East Indian name. I'm kind of Latino looking, maybe even Native. But no, I'm an Italo-Iranian Canadian. My father was an immigrant, and because of him, I know how to use the system like a professional. That's right. I'm not worried about layoffs or anything like that. If I want to better myself, I know where to go, just to the unemployment office. But he was interesting because he was like so cheap, and like everything was a debate. And my brother loosened him up for me. But like I remember being in a secondhand store, like this guy. He was so crooked, he was straight. I mean, everybody loved my dad. He was great, like very kind man. But like we'd be at like the Goodwill, and he'd be like changing prices on like a $2 pair of sunglasses, and I'd be like, Dad, no, put it in your pocket. Let's get out of here. Screw helping these people. Sorry, no F-bombs. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. I was like completely paranoid that I was told I wasn't allowed any notes, and I'm just kind of shooting from the hip here, folks. Yeah, and so, I mean, and he had this accent, like nobody could understand him, and I would have to translate, or my brother knows this, he'd have to do it too. He would say things like, instead of matter of fact, manufact. He was Persian, right, or Iranian, so he had this weird accent, and, you know, I was used to being called asshole. That was my name growing up, and I was great. I used to try and, like, get by getting drunk. And, I mean, it worked the first few times, then my brother ratted me out. And then he knew for sure. But we would I'd be like 3 of us or 4 of us, all of our change and whatever we could steal from our parents, we'd get that 1 liter of malt liquor. And we would drink it and get real hammered, the good old Big Bear taste, the Big Bear hangover. And like now you see like homeless people picking up drinking this stuff, and you're like, oh my God, I've come a long way. I'm not looking back that way. My brother, he made it out of the north side though. He's on the south side. He's in Terwilliger now. That's how you know you made it, right? I'm like, I come in his neighborhood and I'm like, uh-oh, they know. These people know. They see my car. I used to have this beat up Honda. Oh God, yeah, the looks, man. My brother's like, he's just visiting. He's not staying. He won't see this car longer than a few hours. God. I mean, and it's interesting because it's really multicultural over there. Like, he's got like the taxi cab baron across the street from him. This guy like flips. It's like Pimp My Ride or something with cabs. They come and they go, and he's got the biggest house. So like he owns that neighborhood. It's kind of interesting. It's very hard for me to mind my manners because I'm like used to the north side, and I'll go to like Sobeys with my brother, and I'll see all these like hot 40-year-olds, and I'm not that far off. I look young, but I'm like, wow. And my brother's like, that's why I live here. I just hung him out to dry because his wife is here. Yes, I did that. Payback's a bitch, bro. Payback's a bitch. But I love my brother. I know he's here. He's supporting me. I love my mom until like one time I had a girl over. I used to live with my mom for a very long time. I just moved out
last
like
week
6 months ago. And yeah, I know. But my father passed away, so I'm doing like the young mature Italian thing. I'm taking care of my mom. But yeah, her snow didn't get shoveled. Sorry, guys. I wish. Or her grass. This guy knows me, unfortunately. You know what? I just lost my joke. I had a joke for this, guys. I did. I'm not gonna rack my mind trying to find it again. But I guess we can move on to another topic. So yeah, I was living in her basement for the longest time, and like somebody made a joke while moving back to her mom's place. That is pretty hard because you don't want to tell anybody where you live. It's like, you bring home a girl and you're like, yeah, the landlady. Except one night after the bar, my mom woke up. That was like, Alex, what's going on down there? I gotta work in the morning. Oh, she knows your name. Yeah, she knows my name. Okay, I love you. Like how do you do that? It's like, it is now done. It is done. It is done. Anyhow, that's all the time I have for you now. I wish I could have delved a little more into my old man, but thanks a lot. I'm Alexander Shirjang.